What's up, everybody? What's going on? Got my little mascots with me. Come with me everywhere I go. It's the new channel, Mascots. That's right. Kissing alien dome pieces, you know what I'm saying? What's up, G4? Man, that Sean guy, huh? That guy's relentless. He's like a bad hemorrhoid that you just can't get rid of. You know what I mean, G4? It's like every time you think you get rid of him and it's gone, like the hemorrhoid, just comes right on back again, flaring up your asshole. The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? Bring the motherfucking ruckus. Just sitting here. Pretty bored. I was actually, it's a real... Hey, that name's forbidden here, G4. Just sitting here bored. Writing a rap. You know, it's... Rapping, I never rapped or started rapping to get a record deal. I started rapping when I was a freshman in high school, just because it was something to do. It was fun. You know, I got a lot of attention out of it, and you know, people actually loved it. You know what I mean? I started freestyling at house parties and shit, rocking the mic at house parties in high school, and you know, then I started making, you know, fucking mixtapes for the homeboys and selling them in the hallways at school and shit like that. But it was never meant, you know, I always knew, you know, I was never going to make it big. You know, I was never going to get out of Buffalo or get a major record deal or anything like that. I came to terms with that a long time ago. But, you know, it is a hobby. It is fun. You know, it's not as fun as it used to be, though, you know, and I'm definitely not as good at it as I used to be. Like, I used to be able to, you know, freestyle about anything and just keep going and going and going and going for 20 minutes, half an hour, rapping nonstop with barely taking any breaths. I can't do that anymore. Not because I don't have the breaths. Well, I don't have the breaths either, but mainly because the brain, you know. The brain's not as sharp as it used to be. And you could partly blame people like the government, things like that. And the reason I say you can partly blame them is because, you know, they got a lot to do with it. They got a lot to do with it. Reason why forgetting all the time, you know what I mean? The shit they put in our water, you know, the shit they, you know, put in our foods, they inject in our foods. Basically, everything is controlled by them in some way, shape, or form. You know, the water that you drink is controlled by them. You know, the food that you eat is controlled by them. You know, what you watch on television is controlled. What you hear on radio is controlled. You know, it's all controlled. Control, control, control. Trying to have full control of the situation. And that's what the government does. You know, they want full control of the situation at all times. Especially when it comes to the alien UFO topics. Especially. Big week coming up on the History Channel this coming week, New Year's and beyond. Um, it's basically like Mysteries Week. You know what I mean? And they're gonna have a lot of UFO shit. They're actually coming out with a new show called Project Bluebeam. Well, everybody knows about Project Bluebeam. We've all heard about it. We've all watched the interviews and the documentaries and everything. But they're actually doing a show about it and putting it on the History Channel. And like I keep saying, first it was, Lazar just dropped that movie. Now they're coming out with a fucking show and they're putting it on the History Channel. And it's going to be airing next week. Called Project Blue Book. And it's all about the Majestic 12, the aliens, the president. Yeah. Seriously. And you might not think it is, but that's inching us closer to disclosure, people. It is. Having shows like that are just opening people's minds. Like, a lot of people don't have access to the internet, especially in poor slum ghetto neighborhoods. They don't have access to the internet. They don't see all these UFO documentaries and stuff, so they can form their own opinion. So they really don't know. They just think, that's fake. You know what I mean? The government says it's fake. It don't exist. It's fake. They don't get a chance. You know what I mean? But Project Blue Book. And it's supposed to be all about mysteries, different UFO. I guess they're supposed to have some actual UFO and alien abductees, people that were abducted supposedly, doing interviews and talking on some of these different shows that they're going to be showing through the course of the week. They're going to be showing other stuff like Bigfoot stuff, probably paranormal stuff. Those are that's another two big topics, you know what I mean? Two big communities. There's a big paranormal community. There's a pretty significant sized Bigfoot community, and we all know that the fucking UFO community is growing larger and larger and larger every single day, and just keep on continuing to grow. The more sightings we have, the more documentaries, the more movies coming out, the more TV shows on the History Channel that we have, more people are going to expand their minds are going to open, and they're going to see, crystal clear for the first time in their life. Yeah, it does. It looks very interesting, don't it? I agree with you. It does. If they're going to be talking about all the shit that I think they're talking about, that they're going to be talking about, then, people are going to start to question, is this real? Did this really happen? I mean, they're showing it on the History Channel. It's an actual show, and people are going to think, maybe it did happen, which it did happen. I know it happened, but, most of the stuff, well, I can't say maybe all of it, but most of the stuff that happened did happen. I believe. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But shows like that, people, are just getting us one step closer to disclosure of our good friends here, the Greys. But I don't think the Greys are aliens. I think the Greys are basically drones, like robots that other alien races use, to come to Earth. Things like that. So they don't have to risk their own. That's my opinion too. That's also my opinion. So, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them. And I have my own. Closure is what came to mind too. Exactly, brother. Closer to disclosure. And I keep saying this every day. Every day that goes by from now, looking into the future, we are that much closer to getting disclosure for UFO and aliens. We're that much closer, people. And it's shows like Project Blue Book and movies like Lazar's and things like that that are making this possible. You know what I mean? To get society adjusted to the fact that maybe this, is all true. And that's going to be hard for some people to even fathom or believe. So what's best? Think of it as like you're going to the beach, okay? And, it's only 73 out. It's not hot, hot, but it's not cold either. You want to go in the water. The water's freezing, okay? Most people, they just crazy people like me, they just jump right in. They don't care how cold it is. But your average person, what do? They stick their toe in first, right? They get their toe acclimated to it. Then once their toe's acclimated, then they stick it in up to their shin, like almost up to their knees. They're like, ooh. Then they get that cold. Then they go up to their waist, and they slowly acclimate themselves. Well, shows like Project Blue Book are slowly getting us closer to that disclosure. That's all I'm going to say. I said it pretty crystal clear. And you can see it. Any fool can see it, okay? They're going to disclose. It might not be in the next 5 years, but do I firmly believe that it's going to be in the next 10, 20 years? Between 10 and 20? I say yes, definitely, most definitely. Within 10 years to 20 years, I definitely think we will have disclosure. And, barring any health issues and things like that, cancers, and, I should still be alive in 20 years. I'm only 37, so that would make me 57 in 20 years. So I should still be alive for it. Should. Is it really going to happen? I think it is. We have triangle UFOs now popping up all over the fucking earth. Everywhere. Particularly right here in our own country, the United States. The sightings of the TR-3B, whatever the fuck it's called, have risen so high, it's unbelievable. We got, shit over the Pentagon. We got shit over volcanoes erupting. Like I said in a previous live feed, I believe most of those crafts are operated by us. And it's to also get us acclimated. And we're going to start seeing more sightings as the years progress and the days and the months and the hours and the minutes and the seconds progress. We're going to see UFO numbers, sightings increase right here in our own backyard. That's a guarantee. You heard it first on the Red, White, and Disclosure channel. Just look at the stats, and from now until next year, see if the sightings go up from last year. I bet you they do, right here. And I'm not talking about the Earth. I'm talking right here in the United States. The government loves the TR-3s or whatever. That's their baby right there. That's by far definitely probably their baby. That's their luxury cruiser right there. Without question. Sure, they have discs, but why would you want to drive a Chevette or a Pinto when you can drive a fucking, a Lexus or Mercedes-Benz or a fucking Maserati? I don't fucking know. But you get what I'm saying? So why fly the little discs when you can fly in luxury in the big pyramid triangle crafts? I know I would want a shitload of them. Fly presidents around, whatever. Did President Trump really call Whitcock, David Whitcock, or Wilcock, or Wilcox, or Cox in his mouth? I don't know what the hell his name is, but did President Trump really call him? Or was that just a bold-faced fucking lie to the entire world? Part of me believed that story. Part of me believed that story. But now part of me doesn't believe that story. Get what I'm saying? I don't know what to believe anymore. Did Trump really call him and ask him all those questions? I don't know. And I guess I'll probably never know. And if you don't know, now you know. I gotta name my I gotta name my little mascot friends over here. Gotta give them names. What should I name them? They're my channel mascots, but they need names. Should we call them J-Rods? This is J-Rod. And this is, I don't know, Q-Rod? I don't fucking know. The autopsy film, the Santelli, Ray Santelli. I believe what you see in that picture is authentic. And even if it is not authentic, I believe that to a T is what a certain alien race does look like. I believe they look halfway, between Greys and us. They're somewhere in the middle between Greys and us. And, they look human. They're a little shorter. But, they got the big heads and kind of like the Greys' heads. But, they look a little more human than the actual Greys. And I believe that because, like I said, I had a dream. And in my dream, that's what they looked like. And it was so surreal. So they look just like the Ray Santilli autopsy to a T in my dream. So much so that the first time I ever saw the Santilli film, I got fucking goosebumps going down the back of everywhere. And it takes a lot to give me goosebumps. And it gave me goosebumps. Set on the window somewhere here. He's just chilling, like, I doubt if they came down to Earth, this is the posture that they would be in if you've seen one. I don't think they would be sitting Indian style on the side of a dirt road saying, "Hi, guy." You know what I mean? I don't think they would be doing that, but nevertheless, they're still pretty fucking cool. I'll probably scare the shit out of myself waking up in the middle of the night and probably see the eyes glowing or something. Like, oh shit. I posted some trail cam footage of a supposed vortex, and you could definitely make out what looks to be an alien face. It looks just like a face like this almost. You know what I mean? It looks like the whole gray shaped head, with the two beady eyes. You could see all that in the pictures. The actual video came from a Bigfoot research team that goes out in the woods and tracks down Bigfoot. And Bigfoot's another interesting topic because if you believe in UFOs and things like that, then that definitely opens up possibilities for you to believe in things here on Earth that might have never been found, or and things like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness monster, things like that. And I believe in both. I know for a fucking fact, Bigfoots exist. You know what I mean? I just know. It's not that difficult to elude, capture. If first of all, they're not humans. There's some other type of, were they put here by aliens? We don't even know. They could be aliens for all we know. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought of that, people? Bigfoots, maybe they're aliens from another planet. And people just think they're, here, they're from here, Earth. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're actually aliens, and that's what one of the races looks like. You don't know. I know. You're saying probably to yourself, yeah, this guy's fucking a quackpot. Bigfoot doesn't exist. But Bigfoot does fucking exist. It does. I'm telling you this. Anything is possible. You're fucking damn right. I know ghosts are real. I've seen ghosts. I've had experiences with ghosts. I know ghosts are real. Bigfoots, I know are real because I just know. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that many sightings. You don't have that many photos. You don't have without it not being real. You know what I mean? And if aliens are real, then why can't Bigfoots be real? Why can't Loch Ness monsters be real? Old Nessie. I believe that too. Look at people. The dinosaurs were here at one time. Look at how the dinosaurs looked. They had flying dinosaurs, big, gigantic flying dinosaurs. I'm sure they had big, like, fish type dinosaurs in the water too, as well. And, we have ocean depths that go fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of feet deep. Who's to say that these things didn't, evade what happened when the asteroid or whatever wiped out the dinosaurs? Who's to say, a few of these things didn't survive? You know what I mean? And then they found each other in the ocean system and they breeded, had kids, and then it took decades and decades and decades, for more and more to produce. And we still don't have that many, and there's really not that many sightings. But, you know, they still do exist. That is very much so fucking possible, people. And don't tell me that it's not possible, because it is fucking possible. Look at crocodiles and shit. Look how, they look like dinosaurs. They're in the water. There could be big creatures in the water that we don't know of, man. Some of these whales and sharks get huge. Some of these fucking, what are they, groupers or whatever you see the size of them fucking things. You don't know what can be down there. I seen a fish jump in the Niagara River one time. This thing was so fucking big. The biggest fish we have in the river is a sturgeon. Okay, and that's what this had to be. But this thing, if I laid down on the ground, you would have had to put 3 of me down. And I'm 6 feet tall. 6'12". 18, 18 inches tall or whatever? 18 inches? No, what would it be if I laid down 3 times? Whatever it would be. It was longer than that. And I only caught the tail end of it as it was coming back down, because it was over to the left of me and I was fishing. And I was looking over to the right, and something out of my peripheral vision caught my eye, and I happened to look, and I seen it flop back down and go back in the water. Yeah, 18 feet. And another time, I seen this fucking beaver that was so huge. The beaver was about the size of a fucking Buick. I'm not shitting you. And he scared the living fuck out of me. He came right up in front of me out of the water, came right to the top, and started swimming right past me. Scared the fuck out of me. Because I was standing in the water with my fucking fishing boots that come up to my knees. I thought the thing was going to try to fucking eat me. That they're resuming commercial whaling again. Wow. See, I think that's scumbag shit right there. You don't need the whales. You're not starving. You don't need the food. So you have no reason to kill these beautiful creatures, but yet they go and they fucking kill them by the hundreds. Just straight butcher fields, like a scene in Braveheart, blood everywhere. It's despicable and it's disgusting. I personally think. But once again, that's my opinion. But anybody who would want to harm an innocent animal, I don't even believe in hunting unless you have to. Unless you have to. I believe, yeah, when you're young, you go out, you need to learn to hunt, because if you don't know how, you might be shit out of luck when an apocalypse happens. But I don't think you should go out every Sunday during hunting, every day during hunting season, get as many tags as you can and things like that. I don't believe in that. When you can just go to the supermarket and get your food, I don't believe in killing innocent animals. You know what I mean? It'd be a whole different story if the deers were chasing you through the woods with fucking 12-gauge shotguns. Almost brought to the brink of extinction. I know they were, man. That's fucking sad, dude. That is fucking sad. You know what I mean? Because this earth is so fucking beautiful, and the things that God or whoever made this place put on this planet are so fucking beautiful. To push something to that close to extinction is just fucking pitiful, despicable, fucking disgusting. And all those people that butcher those fucking whales should all be put up against the wall and fucking shot in the back of the head and fucking executed. They really should. They really should. Because that's fucked up. And those poor whales, you can hear them. when they're being slaughtered, you can hear them crying. It's fucking sad, man. It'll make you actually cry. If you watch one of those videos, it'll make you tear up, man. It's worse than the Sarah McLaughlin fucking SPCA fucking Donate Now commercials, man. I'm telling you. With the Arms of the Angel playing in the background. Fucking hell of a lot worse. You will tear the fuck up. I'm not playing. It's sad as shit. You'll think you're watching the fucking The Notebook with a box of Kleenex. I'm all stuffed up now, fucking sick. Fucking everybody's getting sick around here in Buffalo. It's crazy. Fucking sickness is sweeping around everywhere. Yeah, I remember Whale Wars. I remember that show. You know, those people, I give them a lot of credit, though, you know what I mean? Because they're trying their fucking hardest to stop it all. And they're still out there, I'm sure, every day, you know, trying to stop it. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. I got so much pressure built up in my fucking head. 4 people still here, huh? Yep, give them Tony no credit. It's dangerous navigating in the South Seas. Yeah, it sure is, man. And you know, those whalers, they fight back. You know, you don't see a lot of this shit on the cameras, but you know, they'll shoot at you, whatever. They'll try to hurt you. You know, if you're trying to stop them, they will definitely try to hurt you. am so fucking stuffed up. I hate being all stuffed up. It's the worst. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a person that sleeps and breathes through your nose when you sleep, like me. I hate going to sleep breathing out of my mouth, like catching flies. So I always sleep and breathe out of my nose when I sleep. You know what I mean? But since fucking my nose is all stuffed up, I gotta breathe out of my mouth, and it fucking takes me forever to fall asleep. Sucks. You know. I'm sure you people know. You've been sick before. Everybody gets sick. That burp felt good. Should have a new rap ready in a couple of days. Couple more days. Maybe longer. Maybe I'll work a little extra harder on this one. What about Fukushima nuclear power plant is doing to our Pacific Ocean? And what's it doing now? I don't know anything about what it's doing now. I remember when, all that accident happened and shit. But I haven't heard anything about that place, really. And, I haven't heard anything about it in probably at least 4, 5, 6 months now.
Chili's are feedback.
Alright. So I'll see you in 3 hours?
No. She said she has a bag of shirts for me and she needs her bag because she got another tank.
Love you.
Let me tell her back.
What about? Oh yeah, I already read that one. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't really know. I haven't had a chance to, research it. And I haven't really heard anybody talking about it too much in the little circles and communities that I roll in. I'm mainly in the UFO community now. You don't see me too much in the Nibiru community. You don't see me on too many Nibiru pages anymore. I still go on them, because I'm loyal and I'm sub to a few of them, and some of them are some real good people. So I still stop by, to show some support and say hi from time to time. But for the majority of things, I'm bouncing around UFO things and shit, and other, strange things to do with this, sky and space and. U equals moron. Your mother's a moron. Your mother equals hand jobs behind the convenience store. Gabish? Remove. So is yours. I know you ever. What am I? I know you ever. What am I? Bye bye. See you later. Don't let the door kick you on the way out. Tough guy. I know you ever. What am I? What are you, fucking Pee Wee Herman? Tequila. Fucking Pee Wee Herman. You meant to do that, huh? What's the word of the day, Pee Wee? Oh, still no UFOs. I haven't seen any sightings now. It's actually starting to annoy the fuck out of me because I used to see them every single night, even in the fucking wintertime. I used to see them, so it's starting to really get on my fucking nerves. You know, it's like the government's fucking, it's like, I'm sure the government knows. They know all of our pages. They know who are sky watchers. They know who's always got their cameras pointed to the sky. And I'm sure they avoid, flight patterns over in those people's general areas so they don't get caught on tape. I've seen them clocking me in the summertime. I've seen them fly over my house, 5, 6, 7 times back and forth in the fucking helicopter with the door hanging wide open, with the fucking guy sitting there with the binoculars looking down right at me. And I got my binoculars and I'm looking up right at him, and we're like locking eyes through the fucking binoculars, okay? So I know they've clocked me, and I know they've been clocking me in the past. I see them out in traffic from time to time too. You think they're slick, but they're not that slick. You know, if you know what you're doing, they're very easy to spot. I stirred up some shit on Tyler's channel over there at Security. He did a video saying he's collaborating with MUFON, and I was like, that's a big mistake, Tyler. I said that's a big fucking mistake because MUFON works with the same people that are keeping this thing a fucking secret, and MUFON's working with the same people that are responsible for all this shit not coming out. And people were like, yeah, right, yeah, right, yeah. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I put a UFO sighting on MUFON back in 2015, 2016. All I did was put my name and never put my address, never put my telephone number. And 24 hours later, my phone's ringing. My wife brings me the phone outside. There's a fucking guy on the phone, claims to be from MUFON, talking like a fucking robot. But it wasn't a recording because he was answering my questions. And we talked for probably anywhere from 15 minutes to a half an hour, and this dude was trying to beat it in my head that what I seen was a fucking Chinese lantern. And I told him, dude, I know what I seen. It was no fucking Chinese lantern, dude. Chinese lanterns don't fucking leave green streaks across the sky. Okay? And I hung up the phone on him. Well, anyways, probably about, I don't know how much longer later. It wasn't too long later, 45 minutes, hour, half hour, I don't know. There's a knock at my fucking door. And then there's fucking two people claiming to be from MUFON that wanted to interview me and talk to me about my UFO sighting. But they didn't very much care. They wanted to know where I seen it. They wanted to know what I saw, what it looked like. And then after I told them, the one gentleman says, I'll tell you exactly what you seen. You seen a Chinese lantern. And I'm like, oh, here we go again with this fucking Chinese lantern. I'm like, dude, I know what I saw. It wasn't a Chinese lantern. I see Chinese lanterns in the summertime around here all the time. People light them and set them off. I know what the fuck they look like. It wasn't a Chinese lantern, dude. And they kept pounding, trying to pound it in my head that what I saw was a Chinese lantern until I finally gave in and I said, you know what, dude, you're probably right. It probably was a Chinese lantern. And he said, William, that's exactly what it was. You have a pleasant evening. And he stretched out to shake my hand, and then him and the gentleman, both turned at the same time and fucking walked towards their car, got in their fucking car, and away they went. They were in a black rendezvous. It was a rendezvous, if anybody knows that kind of car. It was an all-black rendezvous. And people will say, well, the government wouldn't drive around in that. That bullshit, fuck yeah, they would. Because even the local cops now are driving around the fucking ghetto in hoopties. They're driving around in rust buckets with fucking rust falling off. Fucking 86 Buicks falling off of it. The Buffalo cops are driving around in plain clothes, busting people every day in the fucking east side. So, the government's capable of fucking, sending a decoy car too. So, no, it wasn't no fucking black Cadillac or anything, but it was a black rendezvous. And two gentlemen were at my house that could be from MUFON, and yet they could not show me any identification stating they were from MUFON. But the one gentleman did have on a MUFON t-shirt under his like little blazer thing he was wearing. He had a fucking MUFON t-shirt on. And the other guy was in like a flannel. But, oh fuck, man, I tried to clear the notification. I got a YouTube notification on my screen and I tried to fucking clear it and accidentally clicked on it and it took me to some fucking guy's page playing a fucking or something. It was like a scene out of Deliverance. It was like I said, what the fuck is this? And I quick exited out. I hit live feed again, and it gave me the option to resume, which was a good thing because I wasn't another one. So I definitely was not starting another one. But yes, MUFON is the secret elite. MUFON is the shadow gov. Part of, they're working with, you know, how do you think the government gets all their intelligence on all the abduction cases, the sightings, everything else? How do you think they know to send a men in black to somebody's house? Because they get it all from MUFON. You put it on MUFON's site, it is then directly sent to some higher intelligent level somewhere in the upper government, in the upper echelons of our shadow. They examine it and they look at it and they say, is this one what this person's seen? And they listen to the person's story, they read what they write, and if they think it was a legitimate sighting and they know a UFO was in that area at the time, then they send the MIB, they send the gentleman to your house like they did to me, shit like that. So you can come up with your own conclusions. We should do that. We should do that. But I don't know if they'll fall for it, especially now that I'm talking about it on my fucking live feed. But we could try that. We could leave a fake sighting on MUFON. I can just go on, make up some incredibly far-fetched fucking story. I can make up some far-fetched story. See if the two gentlemen come back out. Get it all on videotape. I don't think they'd fall for it again. But what are you going to do? You know, if you don't believe MUFON is some way, shape, or form connected with our shadow gov, then I feel bad for you, you know, because you're not open-minded. You have the blinders on. Them peaky blinders, they're on. They're over your eyeballs, over your green hazel eyes. And, you know, soon, hopefully, you'll be able to take those blinders off and see a lot more clear. And shows like Project Blue Book hopefully will do that for the UFO community and help us get that much further to disclosure. Because that's the ultimate goal. That's what we want. That's what you want. That's what I want. That's what we all want. Well, except for the Shadow Gov. Real talk. But they see it as they have no choice, and they know as the years progress, you know, it's just going to become harder and harder to maintain the lie. So, but like I say, they're not going to give you the whole enchilada when they disclose. They're going to give you bits and pieces. They're going to tell you they do exist and they're from, you know, reticuli, whatever, that fucking star system, Zeta Reticuli. They're going to say, you know, aliens do exist, they're gray, and, you know, as far as we know, they come from the Zeta Reticuli star system. You know, one did crash, and we did retrieve it, but we couldn't figure out, you know, how it or anything like that, so we disposed of it over the years and, turned it into parts for other things. So they'll fucking come up with some far-fetched thing, but they're not going to tell you that we don't need to use gas and oil no more, that, they're not telling you that, me and you can actually have our own UFOs that would fly us to Mars and everywhere else, and we'd be able to operate these, and fucking, they wouldn't tell you nothing like that now, would they? I don't think they would. I don't think so. say? Irrelevant? Sir, that's irrelevant. Well, do you believe in UFOs and aliens? Well, I think that's irrelevant. Irrelevant to what? I think that's irrelevant. Spoken like a true Pentagon employee. Yes, babe, yes. Hi, Jackson. Hi, Jackson. Jackson. Hi, Jackson. Hi, Jackson. Boo! Who's that creeping in the window? Oh, that would be cool to like put this in somebody's window. And then like tap on her window real lightly, and when they pull up the curtains, they'll see just alien faces staring in their windows. But like get a flashlight, project it, and make their heads bigger. That'd be a pretty cool prank to pull on somebody, huh? Boo! Disclosure, we all want it. You know you fucking want it. Don't tell me you don't want disclosure, because I know you do. I know. I want it too, just as bad. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna fucking get it. If, it's the last thing I do, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. And there will be more and more shows and documentaries and, UFO related coming out, in the near future. And there will be more sightings and, we're in for some fun times ahead. The sky, is crazier than it's ever been in, all of my 40 years on the, almost 40 years on the planet. And I believe, the sky anomalies and shit are just going to continue to, increase. And we're going to start to see some more, crazy shit in our skies than we've ever seen before. Brighter planets and brighter stars and planets and stars that look closer than they've ever been before. Things like that. I believe we're in for, some treats. Some good ambiance in the bitter near future. But along with that, I believe is also coming end times. And like I always tell people, I don't believe we were meant to stay on this rock. And I believe, our species, humans, were meant to travel and leave planet Earth. I firmly believe that we did not get our start here on planet Earth. And I firmly believe we came from another planet, maybe even in our own solar system. Because from what I hear, Venus kind of looks just like Earth, and it's, luscious, and it's got green on it and water on it. And, they don't tell us none of that. And they want us to believe that it's, all volcanoes and, molten rock and, gases. But from what I hear, it's almost similar to Earth, maybe like 50-60% of Earth. But that's possibly livable. So who knows? Maybe we got our start there. Maybe we came from Mars and something happened to Mars. And maybe we had to relocate here to Earth. And maybe now our scientists and people are, trying to figure out a way to get to another, planet because they know something bad's coming here. You know what I mean? Now, if we have the technology to go to other planets and build, places on other planets and build bases and shit like that, then why would they build all these underground bunkers? To survive, or why would they bother building underground bunkers for apocalyptic times if they could just fly to the president and fly all the head people to other planets on bases and just build bases on other planets, and fully oxygenize them and just bring them there for a few months or a few years, and things, cool back down and bring them back. That's what they would do because we do have UFO technology. But they're building the bunkers because it's not going to be an end of people as we know it. Asteroids not going to be the end of everybody. It's going to kill a shit ton of people, but it's not going to kill everybody. And they know they don't have to leave the planet for that. And that they can just go underground for that. And that's why they're building that, because they know a big asteroid is coming. And they know where it's going to hit. They know when it's going to hit. But they're not going to tell us none of this information, people. Never. If they do, then they might give us fucking 15 minutes. I don't fucking know. Who knows if they even tell us at all. But, it happened once before and it's going to happen again, people. It's inevitable. Asteroids are going to collide with Earth again at some point in time. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Because it's 100% going to happen. It might not happen in 20 years, it might not happen in 100 years, it might not happen in 1,000 years, it might not happen in 10 million years, but it's going to happen again, sooner or later. And, that's why they're building all these underground cities and underground bunkers, because they know they could survive something like that underground and they don't have to leave the planet. And it's perfect for them because it's population control. They'll all be safe and living, and, of all the people that ain't in the underground bunkers, say there's 80 billion people that ain't in the bunkers. 80 billion. Out of those 80 billion, probably 50 to 60 billion will probably die. You know what I mean? It's going to be a planet annihilator, but, not everyone will die. Some people will survive, and we will have survivors. And then the government will come out, will be easy to control because there'll be less of us, and, they'll be able to, form their NWO and start their regime and, New World Order and, and complete takeover and change the Constitution and the amendments, and it's not going to be no more Russia or China or U.S. It's going to all be one, and it's going to be the shadow gov, and it's going to be just one. And you can roll with them, and you can support them, and they might let you live. Or you can fight them and resist them, and they're definitely going to do you in. So, time will tell. We don't know yet because we haven't faced that apocalyptic situation, but we will have to someday. You might not have to, but your kids or your grandkids might have to. So we have to also teach, the young. And we have to, make them wise to this because asteroids very well can happen. So, they need to be ready too in case something like that were to happen. To make you take a chip, microchip, yeah. You're absolutely right. And they're already starting to do it. I seen on the news last week that certain jobs now across the country, there's certain companies that actually make their employees or whatever offer to put a chip in them, and then that's how they get paid or something, and they can purchase stuff with their chip at work and different things. They're already starting to work it in a little bit. So that's going to happen. You're 100% spot on with that. What's your name again? Parallel Dimensions Now. That's a fantastic name, by the way. Fantastic fucking name. I love it. But you are 100% right. You hit the fucking nail on the fucking head, my friend. They are going to do that. Once they have their full control and, there's really not that many of us left and we're going to be easily controlled. You're right. They are going to put chips in us. And we're going to be like cattle to them, basically. That's all we're going to be looked at as is cattle. And we're not even going to be thought of by names. We're going to be thought of by numbers. Like, if they refer to me, they'll probably say, we're having a problem with BTR3GGFZ. You know what I mean? And we're going to be looked at like fucking cattle. It's just going to be like being in jail. It's going to be like we're inmates. Have some freedom, but, nothing like we had before. And, the rules are going to be amped up times infinity. And I'm sure, there'll be no tolerance for drugs, things like that. They're just, it'll be full control. Full control. And if you don't want to roll with them, you're going to get rolled over. Anybody who fights or resists them, is going to get eventually take it over, and they'll go to war. And there's going to be little groups breaking out of people that don't want to go with them and want to resist and will fight back, like the movie, what was it, Wolverine or Red Dawn or whatever, when the Russians come, remember, and the little high school kids form their group and fight back against the Russians. Well, that's what it's going to be like. You're going to have different people that survive in little pockets that band together where you get, 20, 30, 40, 50 people and, arm themselves, and, they're going to fight back. They're not going to win, but they're going to try, and it's all for freedom. It's all for fucking freedom. Because they want to be free, because we are entitled to be free. And just because an apocalyptic situation happens doesn't mean that we have to abide to a whole set of new rules and have our constitutions and our amendments changed and have to bow down to somebody who we have no idea who the fuck it is or who they are. You get what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to fucking do that. And sure, they're helping out now. They're geoengineering the weather people. They're fucking with our weather. Pretty soon there will be no more natural weather. It will all be man-made. Every time it rains outside at your house, it's going to be controlled by somebody pushing fucking buttons, people. And sure, they're going to do their own carnage. They're going to create these super fucking hurricanes like you've never seen before. And I think they already have dabbled with that a little bit. Hurricanes like Katrina and stuff. I believe they might have had a hand maybe in that. I don't know 100% fully, but you never know. And I love my country. I love the United States. I love my country. I love what it stands for. I stand by my president because that's what a person does. But if all this stuff is true, then and it's a mind blower. It's like you don't know what to believe anymore. You don't know what to believe. Man, we talk about some far out shit. I'll tell you that much. I like to talk about the shit on this channel that everybody else is afraid to talk about. You know what I mean? I'll talk about anything, and I'll listen, and I'll give opinions. But if you're going to be an asshole, you get the boot off the channel. We already seen that happen tonight. But, if you can have an intelligent conversation, stop on by anytime. That's what we do here. That's what we do. What's this little orb behind me? People seeing the orb above my finger on the wall? See it right there? It just came. I don't think it was there before. It's like a little orb and it's just sitting by my head. Right above my finger. Wait. Right above my finger. You see it? The fuck is that? Because there's nothing there. When you look at it, the wall, there's nothing there. There's nothing reflecting off the wall. There's nothing there. But when I'm looking on the camera, whoa, it just went away. Did you see that? It went away again. I went up to go touch it and it just went away. It didn't come back. Now it's gone. You see that, people? See? Oh, no, now it's back. Did you see it? It's coming back, people. Look. There it is. Are you people seeing? Whoa! It's flicking on and off. Do you see that shit? Now it's just sitting there again. Tell me you people please see this above my finger. This orb that keeps leaving and coming back, turning itself off and turning itself on. You people see this little ball of light, right? And it's not on the wall at all. Every time I turn to go, oh, there it goes. It just disappeared. People see that? It disappeared. There it is again. Now it's gone. There it is. Come on, tell me you people see this, please. Please tell me you see this. This fucking orb is just chilling to the left of my head. It's just sitting there. And it goes on and off. There's nothing on the wall over there at all. I just looked at the wall. Wow. That's fucking weird. Alright, people, I'm going to examine this footage. I'm going to have to go back and look at this to see if I can see it. It's still there. I can see it now in my camera, but I can't see it with the naked eye. Yeah, you see that shit? You see that shit, right? It's still there. It's still there. It's right there. It's a little white orb. It's right. Boom. My finger's over. Oh, oh, it moved up. I put my finger there and now it's gone. It turned its light off. Now it's, oh, there it is again. That's fucking nuts, people. Whoa. Now it just shot 2 streaks of light off of it. Alright, I'm going to examine this footage. Peace and love, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Parallel, it's been real, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciated the convo tonight. You're very good company, brother. I'm going to make sure I subscribe to you. If I'm not subscribed to your page already, I'm going to make sure I subscribe to your page. Hey, do me a favor and leave a comment on the replay video that gets posted on this video so I can click on your icon and subscribe to your page. Show you some support. Thank you, everybody. Peace and love. I am a UFO magnet, bro. I am a UFO magnet. Everyone used to always tell me that, bro. It's gone now. It's not there anymore. It's gone. The fucking orb is gone. It's not there anymore. I can't see it no more. See, now it's gone. That's crazy. That shit was sitting there for mad long. And when I tried to grab it on the wall and put my hand over by it, it shut its thing off and disappeared. And then I came back to the table, and then it lit back up again. That's nuts. All right, people. Peace out.